Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the CHOFETZ CHAIM, and he's going to speak about today what happens if you find yourself somewhat trapped in a situation where people are speaking Lashon HaRa. How should you get out of there, and what should you do if you can't escape? Says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, now let's go back to what we were speaking about before. The Masha Kesavna B'Sebes, like I wrote above, the Afilu Shmias Lashon HaRa Hu Isser Torah. Even listening to Lashon HaRa is an Isser Torah, is a prohibition from the Torah. Hainu leilech v'lishma. That means if you go intentionally and you listen to somebody speaking Lashon HaRa, that's a problem. Avalim yoshav b'chaburas anoshim. Shinis kapsel inyan ma. However, if you're together with a bunch of people and they got together for whatever reason it might have been, didn't seem from the beginning that they intended to sit around and speak Lashon HaRa. They're getting together just to hang out, to play a little bit, to play cards, under something small. And they begin speaking Devar Masurim Lashon HaRa. And you surmise that by giving them rebuke, it's not going to help them at all to stop talking Lashon HaRa. Totally business, so then how should you proceed? It's like this. And if you can actually walk away from the gathering that they have, or you can put your fingers into your ears to block out the noise. Mitzvah Rabbi. It's a great mitzvah. It's a big mitzvah to do such a thing. Like the Gemara says in Kesubas, which means, the Gemara says, why do your fingers look like pegs, your index fingers? Because if you hear if somebody speaking Lashon HaRa, you can stick your fingers into your ears and block out the noise. And nowadays that everybody is wearing earbuds all day long, I guess you'll protect yourself. You'll never hear Lashon HaRa. You don't even know that there's a world going on around you because the earbuds are in 24/7 or 24/6 for the Jewish people. L'maisa, though, if you're in a place where your earbuds are not in your ears and you have nothing to do, walk away or stick your fingers in your ears and block out the noise. But if that's impossible, you cannot get away from these people. You can't walk away. You're in a car. You're on a boat. You're on a train. You're somewhere where there's no escape. You just can't get out of there. And so too, sticking your fingers in your ears is going to be difficult because people are going to make fun of you. And therefore you can't bring yourself to do this because there's no way, you can't get away, and you can't stick your fingers in your ears, so what do? At least you have to strengthen yourself. You have to stand up very strong during this very challenging time. And you have to battle against your Yetzer Hara for the sake of Hashem. That you should not stumble into the sin of listening to Lashon HaRa. The Torah prohibition of listening and then accepting the words of Lashon HaRa. And therefore there are three things that you must do in order, conditions to fulfill, in order not to transgress the prohibition of listening and accepting Lashon HaRa. And then you'll be saved from this, from at least the Torah prohibition of hearing Lashon HaRa, like we mentioned above. What do you have to do? Aleph, number one. You have to resolve completely. You are not going to believe the terrible words that you are hearing that the people that are speaking Lashon HaRa are relating about your friends. Base number two. You cannot be pleased to hear the not nice words that they are saying about your friend. So number one is you cannot accept it. Number two is you can't even say, oh, that's nice to hear. That you can't even be pleased. And Gimel Gam Yamid Al Atzmai. Control yourself. Shelo laharos livnei mesapim shum tenua. And number 3, Gimel, Gam Ya'amir al Atzma, a person should control himself, Shalala Harais Livnei Mesabrim Shum Tenua. Don't show any gesture, Sheyara Mimenu Shumaskim Livnei, that you actually agree with the words that they are saying. Ach Yeshev Kevin Doimim, you should sit like a stone. V'im Yuchal Harais Livnei Ponim Nizomim, and if you could show like a very dissatisfied face, Sheyavinu Mimenu She'eino Maskim Livnei, that they will understand. It means that you don't approve of what they are saying. That's even better. So if a person will fulfill these 3 conditions, again, number 1, he's not going to believe what he hears. Number 2, he's not going to be pleased when he hears not nice things said about his friends. And number 3, he will sit like a stone. He will not show any emotion, any gesture, anything that makes it look like he agrees. On the other hand, he's going to make it look like he doesn't agree. Then that's the way that you could save yourself from the issur of hearing Lashon HaRa and the issur of receiving and accepting Lashon HaRa when you're in the company of those that are speaking Lashon HaRa. Have a wonderful day.